should be going live now.
I'm stuffing my mouth full of coffee when we're going live. It sounds about right for me.
Why is this not... Wait, what? Hold on.
What did you do?
Messed up.
It's already happening.
No, it's just Twitter. How do I log out? Log out. Yes, log out of Twitter. I clicked two things to get out of Twitter, so I can log back in. Oh, I need a code.
TFA.
Doot,
Bust out your dually.
doot, doot, doot. There we go.
Right.
That's interesting. If you're watching a archived stream on Mixer
Yes.
and then suddenly it goes live, it pops up with a big pink notification on the top saying they've just gone live with a new stream.
Oh, that's fun.
I like it. I can't get back to it now because I'm stupid. Clicked the wrong thing.
Hello there, Barbara G in YouTube chat. How's it going?
Apparently this is a web show.
Okay, so we're live there. We're live on Twitch.
Did you forget to change the title on the streamer?
No, I changed it. Let me look.
I'm losing my mind.
I mean,
Or is my
possibly.
mind wrong?
Oh, are you watching on Mixer?
Yes.
The Mixer API is down again. So it's just gonna be... It's just gonna be last episode's number. Mixer, what are you doing? The thing I say every week, Mixer, what are you doing?
Today. I've got to type in my chat every time we're on because I've got to get my level up and be higher level than Boston.
That's right.
So then the chat person can be higher level in the channel than the person who's doing the hosting on the channel. I don't
4D chess
actually
going on there.
think that's possible because I can only gain XP in this channel when we're actually broadcasting.
Ah, sure.
I can, however, start spamming the chat with a bunch of emotes.
No.
Because I can. What, you don't want a big lol flashing across the screen?
No. In all honesty, no, not really.
There's a catbot emote, which turned into a... No, that's Nim's weird sexy lady.
Oh, yeah, I was just about to say, I was like, that's not a cat, that's inappropriate. Alright, let me see if I can get Mixer to work on stream here.
Where did my things go?
Approve.
Oh, there they are. Okay, there they are. That's what I was looking for.
Oh wow, I'm already level 11 in that one.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was that high.
I'm level 28, punk. What are you going to do?
Nothing.
Alright, let me open up chat again for everyone so we can get Mixer in here.
Hey, I'm not too far away from being able to actually on our channel, I can use my Xbox to send a GIF of my choosing.
What level am I? Oh, 79. Ah. Well, there we go. Okay.
Shout out to all the millennials in chat. There's an avocado toast.
Now we're poor. Good job.
Squid. Sorry, I'm just getting rid of the squid again.
Okay, you guys ready to...
Okay,
yes.
wait, that's cool. It actually, literally, I used the emote of avocado toast.
Mm-hmm.
And in the restream chat, it literally just wrote avocado toast.
So, for anyone on... hold on, do I have a...
I wonder what mine does.
Do I have a scene for just that screen? No, I don't think I do. Yeah, for anyone that's just watching the live stream, Moon, I can drag it on the screen. He put an avocado toast on screen.
Also, hello, my wife.
I can't put it on screen. Sorry.
Oh god, that's so good. It actually just typed out avocado toast.
A piece of toast and an avocado cuddling.
Yep.
As they do.
All you millennials.
I don't like avocado.
Ruining the avocado market.
I know. I know it's like heresy to live out here and not like avocado, but that's me.
Yeah, it's also heresy to be alive and not be able to eat pizza, Boston, but that's also you.
Yeah, I know. No, Domino's has a good gluten-free pizza. It's tasty.
Those two words don't sound like they should go together.
Yeah, yes.
No, it's not bad. It's like a thin, crispy crust. It's okay.
You know what? It's not bad, is what I say when I'm trying to be nice about something.
Yeah, I mean, we're not brought to you by Domino's. Use Domino's code TVGP. No, I mean, it's the problem with gluten-free stuff is I have only run across one thing that I have eaten that's gluten-free that I would consider tasty, and that's the bread that I eat. Everything else is fine. Like, it's not cardboard, it's not inedible, it's fine. It's a delivery system.
Stealing a reference from friends of the show here, so it's Chuck Fine, basically. So it's fine. It's not great, it's not bad, it's fine.
At 5 out of 10. Just a solid X-Play. It's 3 out of 5.
Wow.
That's right. All right. Are you guys ready to start?
Yep.
Just Moon and Mixer chat. Also, Restream, why are the emotes not showing up in our chat?
Because the specific Mixer ones aren't there. It's not an actual emote is the problem. It's like, I don't know about Nymph's weird, inappropriate ones.
Anime orgasm.
That's tied to, someone had given me a subscription to one of the channels. So that's specifically tied to that streamer, which I can use in different channels because I have a sub.
That's weird. There's your hype zone.
There we go.
All right.
Subhyping might be my least favorite one. It's just like,
there's also a Ninja one because they did like Ninja for free. So you can
keep that green head crap out of our chat.
No, but you can. I haven't watched any of his stuff because all he plays is Fortnite, and I don't care. But
also
you can link the icons together.
Oh jeez.
Oh, stupid Ninja.
Here's one for Boston.
There we go. A pizza. Delicious.
Yep. So the stickers don't show up. The weird custom ones that Nymph uses doesn't show up.
Mm-hmm.
But the regular ones do. Okay, that's good to know.
We're narrowing it down.
Yes, we are narrowing it down.
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Oh my god.
We're done playing with emojis.
No, I need to see if this one shows up in regular mix-up. That's so good.
Moon, is your body ready?
My body is ready.
All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. We're done playing with emojis. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpeer.
We might be done with emojis, but there is a My Body is Ready achievement in the new Gears of War.
That's right. I'm done with emojis, but they're not done with me, and we're joined by the Nymph.
One day we might grow up.
Probably not. We've made it to episode 616, and we're still...
The number of the beast!
That's right. As we learned pre-show, I made a joke saying, like, hey, just 1 year until the number of the beast, and Moon says, no, that's 616. And I said, no, that's 666? Like, what's that? And then we learned there are both of them. Both of them are eligible.
616 is also a Michigan area code as well.
There you go. Also,
proof that
area
the number of the beast. So
yes,
we do have Hell, Michigan.
Yeah. If you ever wanted to know what Satan's area number is, if you're gonna talk to your number neighbor, which is this week's Twitter craziness.
God.
Yeah. Anyways, Patreon.com/E1M1. The ones are numbers. If you want to hear an entire episode of stuff like that, that's TVGP Outcasts. And that's available on the $2 and up tier. The $5 and up $5 tier is the best one. You want to hear us talk uncensored about some real dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's Outcasts. And I can guarantee you every week it is 1, either really good, or 2, really dumb.
Yes.
And hopefully, I can guarantee you it's either one of those. If it's both of them, then you're just
special.
listening to it.
Either way, you will be shaking your head.
Yeah. Hopefully with laughter, but maybe not always. All right, let's start with what you've been playing. Moonpier.
Okay, so I played a smidgen more of Siege, just a smidgen of Siege.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to keep talking about Siege until something important happens.
It's good. It's on Game Pass.
Yes, it's good. It's on Game Pass. Play. Hit me up. Hit my wife up for playing Siege. I don't know if I should volunteer here to play with randos, but I'm going to anyway. Sorry, honey. I hope you enjoy playing with the scrubs. But, you know, it's Siege. You play casual, you have a laugh, have a joke, blow some walls up, have some fun.
Yeah.
Played a bit more Snake Pass. I believe I'm approaching Snake Pass in the very appropriate way, which is to say, I'm doing a level. I'm doing everything on that level. I'm doing all the collectibles. I'm doing the no death run. I'm doing the whatever. So I played the level like 3 times. It's like 10 minutes each time or whatever. And then I switch the game off and I play something else.
Smart.
And then maybe the next day I come and play another level, and then so on and so forth. I'm all done with the fire area now. The fire area was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. In fact, it was relatively easy. I've just got one last level on that area and I should be good. So come on, it's Snake Pass. It's good and fun and dumb.
And Blue Sky.
And Blue Sky, and it's got great music and a dumb story, and and you know it's free. So
right.
sorry, quote unquote free, because obviously I pay for Game Pass. Not till 2021.
What's up?
But you know, Snake Pass is it's a good switch my brain off kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
Played a whole bunch of Dead by Daylight. Shocker, I know. Moon plays Dead by Daylight. It's almost as if this doesn't happen every single week.
I can't criticize because I'm going to talk for like 2 minutes about Destiny 2 this week. So like it's just it's the check-in. You know, it's like, what have we done this week?
This is why Nimp isn't allowed to play Elite Dangerous anymore, because if you were playing Destiny and I was playing Dead by Daylight and you were playing Elite Dangerous, Nimp, we'd all have like a 10-minute section at the end of all our sections where it's like, this is our game of the specialty kind of week.
The weekly check-in.
That was actually why I stopped playing Elite for a little bit, was so that I could have something else to talk about.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's there.
My
Back
wife,
of the
by
mind
way,
all the time.
yes, my wife in chat points out that Siege is not on Game Pass. And
okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Siege is in Uplay Plus.
Okay.
It's like
that's the PC version.
Yeah, like the legendary version. That's what I keep getting confused on, because Dead by Daylight is on Game Pass.
Game Pass, yes.
And Rainbow Six Siege is Ubisoft, so that is on Uplay Plus, but that's only on PC and that's not yet on consoles. And
go ahead.
Don't forget about the EA stuff too.
Oh yeah, EA Access, which is so that came out on PS4, and I downloaded the app, the EA Access app, because I was like, oh cool, I want to see like what the game list is. So I'll just download the app and I'll fire it up. The very first screen was sign up for it. It's like,
it's a literal poop show.
Yeah, and it's like, great, I don't... Anyway, your Moonbear's wife, Beard Lady, says, I queer eye scrubs and Siege, bring them on. So there you go. If you want your...
There you go.
If you want your Sherpa. Is it O Beard Lady or Zero Beard Lady?
It's Zero.
Zero Bearded Lady, Zero.
Send a message that way, my way, whatever. We can hook you up with a Sherpa for Siege, no problem.
Squad of Sherpas.
That's what we had a half squad. When we played the other week, it was like 2 pros, 1 middle, 1 just below me, and 1 complete newbie, 1 person who's green sleeves. Hi, Nimp. You're green sleeves, just so you know.
F and G.
Your wife in chat says it's not Zero in all caps. So, O Bearded Lady O.
There we go. And what a surprise! I got the capital treatment.
Yep.
That sounds about right.
You know what you did.
Yes. So yeah, played Dead by Daylight. We did Dead by Friday, and we had a double dipping and Dead by Saturday too. A friend of the show, Mackie, was available again, so we did 2 straight nights of DBD. Oh boy, do I love this game! I'm literally at this point, I'm playing it wrong, which is to say that I'm going in. Yes, I've got dailies and I've got achievements I want to get, and so on and so forth. But I'm very much taking my wife's route on this, which is I'm going in with a nanny build, which is I'm going in to look after my fellow compatriots.
Not necessarily carry them, but take care of the team.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
So, like, I feel really bad because Friday we played and it was a rough night. Like, it seemed like all the hashtag pro strats were out. And we were just getting worked, like, round after round after round. And I feel much worse because Mackie got it in the neck every single round first.
Man.
And then killers being smart killers focused on Mackie. So it was like he's the newest person.
they saw the weak cattle at the end of the
exactly.
train.
They were trying to thin the head out a little bit to get to the injured lamb. And I felt so bad. Like, I really did. So then when we played on Saturday, I switched out to my nanny build. And I was just like, I'm just going to take care of everybody. Like, I don't care about my dailies. I don't care about the achievements. Like, I got the guys an achievement for fixing a Jenny in a location and escaping alive that I haven't got. Because I fixed the Jenny with them, and then in order to make sure they escaped, I got the killer's attention and ended up getting killed towards the end of the match. And everyone's like, oh, we got the achievement. Didn't you, Moon? It's like, no, because I didn't escape. Which is part of the requisites of the achievement.
I let you guys live.
But that's fine. But it's really cool because it's like, we had a match against the pig, and the pig is a nasty killer sometimes, and they were focusing on Mackie. So literally I happened to be standing nearby, and Mackie comes running at me and turns like next to this blockade with the pig right behind him. So I accidentally ran in front of him. I meant to run behind him, blocked him off for a half a second, but then I ran in front of the killer, and because the killer was hugging the wall, they can't walk through you. So it was just them and me literally just rubbing faces against each other while they're trying to get past me to get to Mackie. And in the end, they took a swing at me, hurt me, and then I ran away. And then the killer started chasing me while Mackie was able to spirit away to his freedom and get himself healed up and stuff. It's like, I don't care anymore. Kill me all you want. As long as other people are having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my best to focus on making sure that everybody else gets out alive.
That's the role of the Sherpa sometimes. Sometimes you have to sacrifice yourself for a win.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I may or may not have got up to 750,000 blood points again. And then I may or may not have prestiged my character for the final time.
Okay.
And then spent those blood points to get all the way back up to level 50 again.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, level 30 again. So I'm 20 levels away from the last prestige achievement
like a
now.
Day or two.
It's weird. Like, because at the start, when I first started playing this game, it was like, yeah, it's going to take me forever to get to level 50. And now I'm at the third time of level 50, and I'm just like, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
I'll just
50.
save my blood points.
Yeah.
But no, the game continues to be so much fun. Like, it's stupid. It's you have your bad days, you have your good days, like you do with any competitive game. Like I said, Friday was so bad, and we all felt that Dead by Daylight salt in our mouth a little bit.
It's the worst when you get, like, if you get one of those matches every once in a while, that's fine. It's like, all right, they're clearly better than us. We just didn't have a chance. There's something about their teamwork or whatever. But to get it, like, match after match after match is just, that's the worst.
I feel bad because, like, after we finished playing on Saturday, like, everybody stayed in the party, chatted for a little bit. But I jumped in and I had killer dailies to do. So I jumped in and started doing a couple of rounds as a killer. And you realize how good you can be as a group when, like, as a survivor group, we all succeed, we all escape or whatever. But when we were having bad runs, we were losing in, like, 20 minutes and under. The rounds were, like, so 20 minutes and below. I realized that's not bad. Even with good killers, that's not a bad thing. Because I did, like, 4 rounds in an hour where I wiped them out as a killer every single round.
Just mowing through them.
Okay, so they were very exceptionally good killers to, number 1, wipe out a team of 4, but also, number 2, to do it in 20 minutes and under is still pretty good. Like, you know what you're doing for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight, it's kind of fun. My second to last game this week is Apex Legends.
Ooh.
Friend of mine and my wife's, is trying to figure out what type of game she likes to play. She was one of the Siege players. So we suggested Apex Legends. And so we all jumped in and started playing Apex Legends.
At 3-person teams, right?
3-person teams. Okay. So it was me and my wife. Season 2 has just begun as well.
Right.
So there is a new character available who is this cute as pie, like Austrian lady, who has so many puns. Like her power is, she puts up barriers, like electric barriers, and her ultimate ability is basically a diffuser for grenade, but it also recharges your shield. Every single voice line she does is a pun.
Oh no.
I am going to insulate my team.
No.
Over and over and over again. Like 30 different lines. Like let's make this arena electric. Like
no.
it doesn't stop.
My heart.
It's so bad but so good at the same time. So we've been playing a bunch of Apex. We've been not winning per se.
Sure.
More going in, spending 3 minutes dropping, accidentally finding out it's a hot drop zone, and then dying.
As you do.
It's always been the thing about Apex is, honestly, generally speaking, I don't care if I die quick.
Sorry, your wife in chat. She takes charge, babe.
Mm-hmm. That's also one of her lines. Actually, I don't know if that's one of her lines or one of my wife's lines, because my wife was on full dad joke mode this week.
Oh no.
And it's just been terrible. So yeah, we just jump in, we do some damage, whatever. I've got 2 achievements left in Apex as well, which is just like leveling up and doing damage. So I'm just taking away at those things, but it's just been fun. It's just been really simple. Jump in, play a couple of rounds, laugh as we die within 4 seconds flat, and then jump again, kind of thing.
That's a great game.
Yes, it genuinely is. Like it's one of those games where I think Monkey discussed it when talking about one of the Wii roguelike games, patreon.com/E1M1, where when he's not playing it, he's not thinking about it. But when he's playing it, he's always like, just one more jump, just one more run, just one more run.
It's 5 more minutes. It's just one more.
That's how this feels, where it's like, you say, we've got one more round in us, and then you drop and die, and it's like, that one doesn't count. That one,
exactly.
That one doesn't count.
When I was in college, we had a PS2, as you did, and someone had the demo disc, some demo disc that had Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the very first one. It was the very first level from that.
The warehouse.
Yeah, the warehouse. And so we would take turns playing it to see who could get the highest score. And it was always, if you didn't nail that first jump, you got to...
Pause, restart.
Pause, restart. Like, you got to get off on a solid foot, and that's what Apex Legends reminds me of. It's like, that one didn't count. Like, we just one more drop. Like, it'll just take 2 more minutes, and we'll see if we can... That one didn't count either. We just let's get back in there.
Yeah, and there's literally still no wait time. Like, you hit ready, and it's like less than 5 seconds, and it's loading up the match, and it's like, okay, sure. And it's not crossplay as far as I know, so that's purely on the Xbox crowd. So
sadly, I really wish they could get like Fortnite has. I really wish Apex Legends Battle Pass would go between platforms, because I feel like they've talked about why they haven't or can't yet, but I feel like that's sort of a negative in their column, for it's like, you know, Battle Pass isn't $5. So if you're playing on 2 different platforms to play with your friends, you know, that dollar amount starts to add up.
Yeah, but at the same time, it also took Fortnite how many years before they put that actual cross pass in?
I don't know, yeah.
I imagine it's not going to be too much longer until they can hopefully try and do it.
Yeah, hopefully season 3.
Yeah, they did also just announce they have a limited time event coming up real soon. I think it's like this Wednesday it starts, which, one, introduces solos.
Yeah, I did see a news story about them doing like a time-limited solos, yeah.
So expect the servers to get trashed.
Yeah.
As everybody comes back for solos mode.
It'll be like PUBG. Whoops, wait.
Except better.
Yeah.
And they announced some fun skins that you can get for that.
Nice.
And oh boy, does the Wraith skin look amazing. It's basically Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones for anybody who watches Game of Thrones. I know you don't, Boston, so you have no idea what I'm talking about. It's real cool, and it's like a complete change from the way she looks, which is actually kind of amazing. Like
the Iron Crown event?
I believe that's what it's called, yes. And Wraith is the lady, and so she'll have blonde hair and a red cross on her face for this specific skin that I'm talking about.
That looks really good. Yeah, it's the basically in this article, it's the featured image where it's like, yeah, this is the one you want to see. That's yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I'm probably going to be jumping into Apex a lot more.
Yeah.
But enough about Apex for now. As fun as it is, it's I love ping and stuff in that game. Thank you for the ping system.
Yeah, more games steal that, please.
Yes, please, very much so. I know Fortnite already did, I believe, but more games, please do.
Yeah.
And my final game this week. Let's talk about some Knights of Hollows. So you remember that bit where I said I was going to play it in small chunks?
Whoops.
Yeah.
How much did you play this week?
Like 14 hours over like 3 days.
Yeah, man. Like once you get that map unlocked and you have like those 3 objectives, you're sort of like, oh yeah, okay, I have a section of this map that's in between these other 2. I sort of know how to get there. Let's go get there.
I think last week I mentioned I had unlocked the ability to find the 3 sleepers, and I just got to double jump.
Yes, yeah.
So let's talk about the 6 bosses I've killed since then.
Okay, yeah, let's break them down.
Okay, so the 3 watches, they're all gone. Like, they technically bosses, but they don't technically count, really, because they're just smash them in the face a couple of times and they die.
Yeah.
I defeated the Dung Defender, which was a hilarious fight.
Yep.
Way harder than it felt like it should have been, but I think I was just sleepy at the time.
Yeah, he can sort of catch you off guard.
Yes. I found the stupid mimic, the Mothman from... sorry, not the Mothman, the mimic from the horror movie, The Mimic, that was down at the bottom of the depths, like the secret side wall, and then you go and do this loop around and you keep seeing yourself.
Yeah, like the spidery mimic guy.
Yep.
Terrifying fight.
I really struggled with that until I realized that if you stand next to the platforms, he just runs over your head and you can just swipe up and hit him.
Yep.
Like, it's a real easy cheese when you know how to cheese.
It took me too long to figure that out, and I was like, oh, he's actually not that hard. Okay.
Nope. Really, really simple. I found the Angry Guardian, I believe he was called, which is one of the stupid pickaxe beetles.
Yeah.
Up in the Crystal Mountain, except he's the one who's got giant crystals and fires a laser at you.
Yep, that is a hard fight.
Yes, it is, because he does 2 damage with every single hit he does.
Yep. And to make matters worse, there's a harder version of him that is stupid hard.
Yep. I didn't face that one yet.
No, I still can't
want to
beat
mess
that
with
one.
any of that stuff. But I did him, and literally, like, I think my wife was talking, it was in party with somebody, and she watched me bash my head against it for like an hour.
Yeah.
Trying to just nail the pattern recognition on her. Finally beat it, and she just muted herself. It was like, congratulations, unmute. It's like,
hey, thanks.
Yeah.
That was a trial.
And then all you get is a mask shard. You could have given me
and like a
something
bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have given me something good, but no, you give me the stupid mask shard.
If it's your last mask shard, that feels really good, but it's definitely not.
No, it's not. I've still got to go and donate a bunch of money to the fountain, I'm assuming, to get whatever that thing's got.
Yeah, it's a shard. I don't remember which one.
I've managed to lose 5,000 geo in the stupid fog area.
Welcome to Hollow Knight.
That fog area can go S&D. Like,
which fog area are you talking about? Deep Nest?
The one above it.
Oh,
with the exploding octopuses and the orange bombs inside of the stupid shells.
Yep, hate those guys. Where it sounds all echoey.
Yes.
Yeah.
That thing cost me like 5,000 geo because I died, and then trying to get back to my corpse, I died again.
Yeah.
Like, great. Thanks,
Hollow Knight.
for everything. Yeah, you're so great. Let's see. And the final boss that I've actually made a note of here was, I believe, the boss you were talking about last week, who I hadn't come up against yet. those stupid roly-poly 5-foot...
I think it's the hardest boss in this game, hands down. So are you fighting...
way too long.
Did you beat them?
I have beaten them.
Okay. Did you fight 5 or 6 of them?
I fought 5 because I found out about the stupid secret thing above them where you drop the chandelier down.
Smart. 5 by themselves are tough. 6 is really rough.
I probably smashed my head against them for about 3 hours.
Yep.
And stopped, recovered my corpse, and then went elsewhere. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to find something else to do and then come back here when I'm feeling calmer.
Flip a table, yeah.
In the process of doing that, I found another pale ore, so I upgraded my needle.
Good.
So I know I'm doing more damage now thanks to that.
Yep.
I've got to find another pale ore because I found another one. I was like, oh, I've got another pale ore. I'm going to go upgrade again. He's like, no, you need 2 this time, punk.
Yeah.
And I was like, great. I just came all the way across the map to upgrade with you, and now you tell me I need 2. You stupid thing.
Have you been to the area just above the crystal area?
The
like
Hollow Crown or whatever it's called?
Something like that, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I went up there and got something, but I can't remember what I got.
It should be a pale ore up there.
I think that's the one I got, and then I went all the way to him, and I was just like, great.
He's like, yeah, funny story.
Great.
I need more.
Yes. So I was very annoyed by that. I think that's actually where I turned it off.
Right.
Was like I upgraded once, I killed the stupid rolly bugs. That fight is harder than it ever should be.
It's because it's a marathon, but they do so much damage to you, and there's no opportunity for healing.
No opportunity for healing, and it wouldn't be so bad if they both rolled. But it's always every single time 1 rolls and 1 jumps, and it's like you're gonna get hit no matter what you try.
One's bouncing, one's rolling. Yeah, I think it's. To me, I don't think it's an entirely fair fight because I think it's a little too long where the game expects you to play nearly perfectly. Because once you start making mistakes, that fight is completely over. And I know the game is trying to tell you, like, hey, change up your pins, like change up your loadouts, you can heal faster, but
that's the only one I've ever had to do that with.
Yep.
I've never had to change my loadout for any boss fight except for that one.
Yeah.
That in itself is a problem.
Yeah, I feel like with the pins, it should encourage you to play around with them, because then you can find a playstyle you like, or like take advantage of a boss's weakness. But for that one, it feels required.
Yeah, when I literally got fed up of fighting them, the reason I went exploring elsewhere, because I wanted to see what the pin gaps I was missing was, to see if I could get anything to give me more hits.
Right.
And I unlocked like another 5 pins or something in my explorations, but none of it was better than what I had. Like, I've got the fast focus one now, I've got this stupid one for beating the Mantis Knights, which gives you longer range. Yeah. I've got the hard-hitting one. I've got all of these ones, and I was fighting them with that loadout, and it wasn't working at all. But then, after I upgraded my needle once and then went back to them, I literally walked through them. I just nailed it. I had one of those runs where I just nailed it. Like,
you're seeing
jumps
the Matrix.
Was good, like timings was good, like attack recognition was good.
Yeah.
And then I literally, because I decided I wasn't going to heal that run, I wasn't even going to try. I literally just started spamming the downwards B shadow version of it.
Right.
And it was just like, I'm just going to keep doing this. Like, the second I get a chance, if I've got the energy to do it, I'm going to do this attack.
It does a lot of damage.
And that helped a lot. Like, that thing did a fair bit of damage to them. It's like, oh, okay, now I've got a split second to heal because I've got 1 spawning in. So I can heal 1 thing now. But yeah, that fight is not nice.
No, I don't even think the final boss is as hard as that one.
I've got that door now. Like, I'm pretty sure I can go and fight whatever's behind that door that had the 3 masks on it.
Yep.
But there's still so many areas that I haven't been to yet. Like, it feels like anytime I look at my map, there's like, oh, here is a big area you haven't been to, so on and so forth. Yep. So I'm debating whether or not I just want to go in, potentially at this point, look at a map and figure out what I'm missing. Because I know I'm missing maybe 5 or 6 more of those stupid worms, or the grubs.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of grubs. You're probably genuinely missing 40 of them. I just there's hundreds of clubs. So here's what my recommendation would be. I would go fight and beat the final boss and get the bad ending, because I think the bad ending looks super cool. Once you clear that, load your save game back up, and it'll have you right outside of the final boss area on that bench. But you'll have everything unlocked. Like, as soon as you save at that final bench, you'll get map completion percentage, you'll get monster completion percentage. I think you'll get a couple of extra things. At that point, honestly, I would fire up a map and just say, like, what areas haven't I been in? Like, you might not have been in the beehive area yet.
I have not.
You went through Deep Nest, the nightmare that is.
Yep.
So you've got probably about half of Deep Nest discovered. Like, there's
if not all. I was pretty thorough about Deep Nests.
Okay.
Like I said, I found that stupid secret boss that was down on the side.
Yeah.
Like, I found that one. I've been like 4 or 5 different areas in Deep Nest. The thing with me is I know I'm missing a skill. There's a skill I'm missing. I know I am, because I don't know what those shadow columns are. I don't know how to get through those.
Yeah, that is in an area you don't have access to yet. There's another section where you have to go fight a boss. After you fight that, you get a key to go into another area, to go into somewhere else that gives you... That's like But the problem is, once you open up that thing with the key, the bad ending goes away. Like, you've gotten to the next level of completion for Hollow Knight.
Okay.
So, like,
I've got like 10 keys, dude. That's the problem, is I've got a whole bunch of keys, so I might already have the key, just not know where to use it.
No, you would know it, because it's called like the Mark of the King or something. Like, it's not really a key.
I have that thing. I haven't used it yet, because I know for a fact that you probably use it on that giant insect at the end of the bridge, right between the green place, and it's got the big stone wall. And there's a giant insect sitting there holding what looks like a crest for an insect.
I think so, yeah. It's all the way in the southern part of the map.
I think I have the thing that you need to open that. I just haven't opened it yet.
Yeah. After you fought Hornet and you got it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the mark, yeah.
Okay.
So I would recommend go finish it. Final boss fight for where you're at right now isn't that bad. It's just another pattern recognition. He gives you enough time to heal. You're doing enough damage now that you've upgraded your needle. Like, things are pretty good. And then at that point, I'd pull up a map and just say, like, what stuff am I missing? What cool stuff do I see that I want to go do? And get as much towards 100% as you want. 115% is now the max, or something like that. 120.
Oh, jeez, of course.
Something like that. Yeah, because each DLC adds like another couple percent.
Yeah, but no, I mean, game. I've turned around on this a lot.
Yeah,
because I did hit a wall with it at one point, and honestly, like I played Hollow Knight crazy, like so much, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I haven't played it since.
Yeah.
And I feel good about that, because now I feel like tonight or tomorrow I can jump in again and be like, okay, now I like it, I can play it a little bit more, and then take another hard stop, and then wait a couple of days, and then go back to it, kind of thing.
Well, you can take a break, and like, all right, now that I've taken a break, like now there's some things I want to go do and check out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm coming around on it a little bit. I know still the art style to me is. I did. What was it? 2 people made this thing?
3 people, yeah.
That's ridiculously unbelievable to me.
It's incredible. Yeah.
Like, it's an incredible feat that these guys have made such a. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it on the pantheon of video games as a whole, but this, right for me, goes right up there with the other Metroidvania we played, made by a single guy.
Axiom Verge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It goes right up there with that as you should play this, because A, it does things you don't expect. B, the art style in itself is, like, I think they did Tim Burton style so much more classier than Tim Burton could do it.
Yeah, and it's crazy, because looking at it in stills, you're sort of like, that looks a little cartoony. Like, that sort of looks weird, like it doesn't mash up. But once you start playing, there's something about it in motion that just the whole thing comes together.
Yeah, it's a quality piece of product. Like,
yep.
I think this might be on Game Pass.
It is on Xbox One and PC. Yeah. And the crazy idea is this team is making a brand new sequel, a full-size sequel where you play as Hornet. And it's like,
which should have been DLC.
Yeah, they were going to make it as DLC, and then they were like, whoops, we made it too big.
Yep.
So it's like, and speaking of size, I think it's probably one of the biggest Metroidvanias I've played as well. That map is monstrously huge.
Terrifying how big it is.
Yeah.
To the point where like I need to find all of the fast travel points because I don't want to run all the way across this map anymore.
Yeah. Take the tram as much as you can.
Yeah, exactly. The tram, or the stupid guy who hates the tram. What type of beetle is he? I can't even remember.
I don't know. They're all beetles, and I don't remember which one. The old beetle. Have you been to his hometown yet?
I haven't. He hinted at the last time I opened a tram station. He was like, well, if you keep opening these up, I might remember where I was born.
Yeah, there's like one secret tram station. I bet that's your last one.
Well, probably, yes.
Yeah.
But Hollow Knight's great.
Hollow Knight's really good.
Like, I've turned around a little bit on it. I'm still not going to say #best Metroidvania ever or anything like that. But I'm having a lot of fun with it now, which is something I wasn't at first.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say put 30 hours into this game before it starts to feel good.
Yeah. Well, and I'm happy it eventually clicked with you, because I think for me it clicked very, very quickly.
Oh, instantaneously with you, it felt like.
Yeah, and I think that is unusual. And I think you are getting the more common experience, which is you start out and you're like, I don't have this map at all. This place seems big. This game is super tough. And eventually people get there, but I don't blame anyone for dropping it after a couple of hours. I don't think they should, but I don't blame them.
Yeah, but no, it's fun. And that's all I've been playing. What about you, Nimp?
All right. So, I'm going to be talking about Ys 8. But first I want to open up. Jeez, excuse me. Are any of you guys playing it or planning on playing it?
I don't even know what this game is. So no.
I'd like to play it, but I think the realities of it is that's pretty low chance.
No, that's
you talk about this game a lot. It's like that sounds really cool. This sounds like a Disgaea waiting to happen for me. No, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, it's not that deep.
Well, yeah, no, it's just the story is pretty. For me, it's pretty awesome. It's a 30-year-old game series.
Yeah.
So. So then I will keep the spoilers light then.
Okay.
But I am at the point, Chapter 5 for this game, they do a heavy info dump for you. And they pretty much go through and explain to you everything that's going on. They explain to you the things that you didn't even think were happening that are happening.
Right.
I found out what the symbol means that Dana has on her arm.
Okay.
Adel now has that symbol on his arm.
Uh-oh.
Are they Magi? Were they chosen to fight against Imhotep?
They are not chosen to fight against anything, but they are chosen. But not for the reasons you think.
Right.
The funny thing is, though, this game has such a heavy anime feel and look to it, but it doesn't take all the anime tropes.
Oh, nice.
So they are wardens. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. Sure. But yeah, so I'm finding out what's going on with the primordials. I'm finding out what's going on with the Great Tree. I'm finding out what a lacrimosa is and how this is going to affect the entire world. So it's been really good. I had to put it down because my Vita battery died, and I'm waiting for it to charge so I can pick it back up.
That's a good sign.
So, yeah, that's all I'll say on that, because like I said, it's all heavy in-game spoiler stuff. I'm on the Chapter 6, which is the last chapter for the Vita version. Okay. The PS4 has the Dana extended chapter, which is the Chapter 7 for that, so I picked that up, and I'll do that eventually down the road. Yeah, I love Ys.
Yeah.
You should check it out if you want to see it. Probably start with the newer stuff. Don't start with the old stuff.
The old stuff is old.
The old stuff is still good and is still fun.
Yeah.
But they all evolve. So if you want simple life stuff in these games, like, being able to save anywhere,
Right.
Start with the newer stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but this is also me, and if I ever take an interest in things like this, I am on a bound to go from the start.
Right.
So, get Ys 1 then. I have it for the PSP. It's 1 and 2 combined.
Yeah. Is that Ys Origins?
No.
Okay.
Don't.
That's a different game?
Yes. So, you have Ys 1 through 8, and it breaks off really weird because, like I said, this game is a 30-year-old game series.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the original stuff that came out on the original Nintendo and Super Nintendo and all that fun stuff. Those have been re-released as newer versions. 4 and 6, I believe it was, are actually 3 and 5 or something like that. The Final Fantasy 6 issue.
Gotcha. Right.
Yeah.
So if you're going to play, there's a nice website. I can link it later. That'll show you if you just want to play for story, these are the routes to take. If you just want to play mechanics, these are the routes to take.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
But I do recommend starting with 1. It has a completely different battle system called the bumper system.
That's right.
Yes, where you're not actually attacking, you're running into the enemies.
Yeah, you literally
and then
bump
it's an automatic
enemies
attack.
to attack them.
Yeah.
Is this like the flick game when you flick monsters at other monsters on
It's
mobile
close.
phones?
But it's really simple and really fun until you don't have a high enough sword, and you get, especially if you play on Nightmare. Do not play these games on Nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't care who you think you are. These games are no joke on Nightmare.
It's a real subtweet going on here.
Yeah.
That really was.
So, start with normal, easy, whatever, but, just try to get your feel for it, and then venture into Nightmare. A lot of times you have to beat the game on normal anyway to get to Nightmare. So,
Right.
But these games are no joke when you go into hardcore. Oh my god, I don't even want to think about it. I have nightmares about playing 1 and 2 on Nightmare.
Dude, Kingdom Hearts Proud Mode is...
Yeah, seriously.
But yes, I'm going to keep playing that, so Ys 8's been really good to me so far.
Yeah.
I did notice there was a random thing, and I'm surprised I didn't catch it with the patch, but there was 2 windows during the story where they run off the screen.
Oh, yeah. Ys 8 was the sort of infamous for its original bad translation, right?
Yeah, and they went through and patched it and did a better translation job, but I guess these 2 windows they just missed. And it cuts off, I think I missed like only a word.
That's not bad.
It cut off half a word, and then it looked like it was missing a whole nother, which in context you can figure out what it is, but it was still just really weird.
Persona 5 had a bunch of side story stuff where it's like, oh, this text box is just still in Japanese. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's great.
So, the next big game that I was playing was Red Dead Redemption 2. And I went all the way with this game between Friday night and Saturday night. I still hate the story in this game.
Okay.
Mostly because for a while, a lot of the story involves you getting a bounty.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped playing the stories, did my own wilderness thing, ended up getting 5,000 cash, which is a crap ton of money in this game.
Yes, it is.
To the point that I have no reason to make more money or to buy things, because I could go into a store and buy the store and still have money left over.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I was really hating that every time I would do a story mission, we would always get like this massive dumb bounty.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And an example of this is we end up going into this one city that's a real city in the game, and you're in there for maybe an hour before the main mission. You decide to rob a train station, which is a total setup. You can smell it from a mile away that it's a setup.
Right.
You end up basically on a trolley shooting all of these police officers throughout the entire town. You and your gang each get $15.25 for completing this mission.
Yep.
And Arthur, the main character, is well aware that this was a crap job, halfway going into it, and he gets real sarcastic and pissy about it, which is fine because I was too. So when he goes to pay out everybody, he's like, all right, here's the $15 we all earned. He's like, oh, and don't forget the quarter. And he just throws quarters at people. Meanwhile, I get a $165 bounty because of that job.
Ah.
Yeah. So the story's not that great until you get closer to the end. But there was a lot of fun stuff to do. Like, the game is beautiful. A lot of the wilderness stuff that I was doing, I ended up in these mountains way up on the northwest. Trying to think, believe it's the northwest part of the map. And I was chasing a random fox that was up there, got my perfect hide, and then I just kind of happened to look around, and it's like you've got this beautiful forest in front of you, mountain ranges that you're looking at. I mean, the game is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Even doing some of the side stuff in towns, like I went back to that town after I paid my bounty, and there was one mission where, well, not really a mission, but kind of like a side thing that you can do with Mary, where she wants you to take her to a theater. So, all right, let's go to the theater. So you go and you pay for the tickets, you go in there and you're watching like a live show. They got singers, there's a belly dancer that they had in there that was doing like a flame dance. Which is kind of funny.
You can heckle as well, can't you?
Yes,
like,
you can heckle and do all that stuff. And it was funny because I actually wrote a couple down on my notes where when you're doing the belly dancer one thing that he'll yell out is, "Y'all love yourself some fire, don't you?" And "Come on, fire lady, don't burn yourself." And but I mean, it was interesting that they, I guess, put that effort into it. Like the lady who started singing was legitimately singing. Like it wasn't hammed up or anything. It was like they had a singer come in and do it. And just watching the animation for, the belly dancer, and then they had what was the other thing? They had a bunch of other dancers too. But I mean, it didn't, obviously it's a video game, but it didn't look bad. And they put a lot of time into it. And it's something that's real simple for you to just walk by and never experience in the game.
Yeah.
Because you're playing a Western and you see a theater that you can't go into, and it's like, well, what am I going to do here besides rob the place?
Right.
So I did beat the game.
Okay. I don't want to, we will not spoil the story, but what did you think of Arthur's storyline progression, shall we say? The impact that the early game has on the end of the game, like that thing.
let me think about this so I don't spoil anything. I liked Arthur's story in the game. And I liked, quote unquote, how it ended. The rest of the story for the game, anything that wasn't Arthur himself, just I didn't care about, and I was kind of really annoyed with. Arthur himself, though,
yeah, I think he has, for the first time in a long time in any Rockstar game, he has a genuine arc of, at the start of the game, he is a pit bull. He is loyalty in human form. And throughout the course of that game, he starts to question what that is worth, when you should be loyal, when you shouldn't be loyal, who you should be loyal to, and the influence, like, literally something that happens at the very beginning of that game influences the end of the game in a very serious way. And it's rare that you get to say Rockstar actually may have told a genuinely good character arc and storyline here.
Right.
Like, screw Dutch and all of his BS. Like, he's a pretty good antagonist for Arthur, but Arthur's actual character development, I feel, is actually genuinely a fantastic, like, through line.
Yeah, to the point that I kind of wanted to play more with him, to kind of, like, I felt that there was more that we could have found out about him,
like some side stories or something.
Yeah. And I mean, it didn't pull back from what they were telling, but it was just, I don't know, I really liked that character, and it's probably the first Rockstar character that I'm like, well, that sucked.
Yeah. Like, I liked that guy.
Like, the worst part is that they killed my horse.
No.
And I'm not happy about that at all.
Yeah.
And when you start the epilogue, you do not get that horse back. That horse is dead.
Oh.
Not happy. So I mean, it's a good game. I will probably go back and finish out a lot more of the hunting stuff that I was doing because I really enjoyed that aspect of the game.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the way, just like how with Red Dead 1, you know, how you do your upgrades by getting different animal skins and stuff like that. They have that there, but it's not... I remember there being a lot more in Red Dead 1 than there is in 2.
I feel like it's a lot more obfuscated in 2, where it's like you have to narrow, like you have to go like 4 menus deep to find one path, and there's like 9 of those different menus. It's just like, oh, cool. I don't really care about my drinking ability getting upgraded, so I'm just going to ignore this thing completely. Yeah, and that was kind of halfway through the game, I didn't even realize that there was that, like what you're talking about, where it's like, oh yeah, you shoot 3 birds in the air with Deadeye, and you unlock this ability for Deadeye or whatever. I didn't even know that stuff was in the game until I started unlocking some of it. So, and you don't need any of it to beat the game because I didn't have half that crap. So it's fun to have it in there. A lot of the hunter stuff I ended up unlocking just because that's what I had been doing. The fishing got real crazy with some of the bigger stuff that they wanted you to catch for like the legendary fish and stuff. That got real crazy and it was pretty fun. So it's actually wanted me to, like, I kind of want to go back and play Red Dead 1 just to refamiliarize myself with that story.
Right.
Yeah. I still love John Marston. I think John is a great character as well. Like, at this point, as far as I'm concerned, if Rockstar never make another Grand Theft Auto, I'm fine with that because their characters in Red Dead feel better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's something I may end up playing later once I get the rest of my stuff taken care of.
Yeah.
And then the last game that I was playing was Yakuza Kiwami.
Yeah.
I did the quest where I have to feed and give dog water. And I have continued on from there, where I still had Majima walking around as a police officer. So I purposefully was not equipping any weapons or anything. So I was like, well, I don't know. I figured it was going to go the same way it did in 0, where if you have a weapon, it gets confiscated.
Right.
No. Because I started looking at the dragon abilities, and you have to fight Majima, you know, to unlock that tree, to unlock nodes in that tree. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to save and walk to him with the weapon and just hope I get to fight him instead of having something confiscated. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. He was super happy that I had a weapon on me.
Yeah, he gets so pumped.
I know, and oh my god, I love that guy.
Yeah, Majima's crazy.
So I did that, got my new bonus skill from him, continued on the story, and then I'm at the part in the story where Majima's family kidnaps the little girl that you just found. You're not really looking after her per se yet.
Right.
But so you go to this area where they're holding her, and he is super pumped that you are there. And it's in a batting cage, and you're basically in the ball area. Yep, you're in the ball area, and they turn the machines on, so you're in between the machines so you don't get hit.
Yep.
And Majima is walking towards you, and it shoots a ball, and he dodges it, all while giving you like this whole long dialogue. And he gets really long in one of the dialogue and gets hit in the side of the head with a ball.
Yep. God, this game is so good.
And he just laughs it off. And then you proceed to fight.
Yeah.
And yeah, God, this game is crazy. So that's where I was at to this point, but I am looking forward to playing more. Because I found him again randomly. There's a side quest, or at least they make it seem like it's a side quest.
The Majima Everywhere system.
Yeah. Where they want you to come into a bar to get some drinks. Like, all right, yeah, I'll help you out. Whatever, I'll come in here and try something. So you're sitting there looking at the menu, and then you look up, and Majima is right there, ready to serve you. And I had a definite WTF moment of, why are you here?
Yeah, you like pull down the menu, and he's literally right there. Like, how can I help you, sir? And it's like, what are you doing, dude? So good.
He gives you his backstory, which you as the player know that his backstory is true.
Right.
Your character in the game doesn't believe it because he doesn't know what Majima was previous to all this. He just knows him as a crazy dude.
Yeah, because in Zero, their stories were not as connected as they are in the first game.
Yeah, I think they only met like once or twice. Yeah. Once midway through the game, and then the second time at the end of the game or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's giving you suggestions on the drinks to try, and finally, you let your guard down. You're like, all right, fine, give me this. He's like, all right, cool. And he talks you through what it is and how to drink it and all that. And he takes it, and your little alcohol meter goes up. And he's like, I got, one more suggestion for you. And he's like, all right, fine, whatever. And so he brings this other one, and he walks you through what it is. It's a very fine whiskey and blah, blah, blah. And you drink it. And he's like, all right, that'll be 560,000 yen.
Yeah.
And at this point, I only had like 146, and there's no way to earn money in this game yet.
No.
This is what you start out with, I think, 200,000.
Yeah.
So I was like, there is no way I can pay for this. And Majima just kind of looks at you and is like, so are you saying you're not going to pay? It's like, I can't afford this.
It's like, where are you going with this, Majima?
He's like, I just gave you a deep discount. Normally this would be 5 million yen, but I gave you the 90% discount on this as a friend.
Right.
And so it's like, if you're not willing to pay, we're going to have to settle this out back. And that's when it clicks, where it's like, yep, this is exactly where I should have figured this was going.
Right, this is where he's going. I get it.
So you take him out back and you fight him drunk, and I happen to win that one too. Mm-hmm. And he's all happy. He's like, I should have known getting you drunk wasn't going to work.
Yeah. And it's so funny because he's like trying all this different stuff to rile up Kiryu, and Kiryu's like, no, man, I got it. I'm Dragon and Dojima, man.
So I love how crazy this game is.
It's so good.
I look forward to playing more of it. Yeah. And that's all I've been playing.
Real quick update about Destiny 2. Just a short one. I finished my Moments of Triumph seal, so I now have the 2019 title, the MMXIX title. As part of that, yesterday I completed the Crown of Sorrow raid. That is the most recent raid in Destiny 2. The guy who has Sherpa'd me through all the rest of the modern raids. I don't want to say his name because he's not really Sherpa'ing right now, so I don't want people to like bug him and be like, "Hey, man." That's my Destiny beggar voice. Hey. That raid was incredible. It's now one of my top couple raids in the Destiny franchise, easily. It isn't very long. It's like one encounter, a jumping puzzle, and 2 boss fights back to back. And the boss fights are pretty similar to each other. But in the way that I think Destiny raids do really well, like what Vault of Glass did, they introduce you to the the core element of the raid in the first encounter in a really easy way, and they build and build and build on top of that throughout the entire rest of the encounter. My favorite thing about the boss fight was you were never doing nothing. You always had a job to do. You were always juggling usually at least 2 things. That sounds scary, but it was really like, I'm watching this, I'm fighting these guys, I'm helping out this other team doing this other thing, and sometimes you're separated by some barriers. So you're always... we went in, there were 3 people that knew what they were doing, and myself and 2 other people didn't. So we had a fairly seasoned team, and we were still... had to be on top of it, had to be on top of our roles, and I think that feels really great as opposed to some raids where it's sort of like, all right, we got this, just, clear ads and we'll worry about the hard stuff. You have to get in there and you have to do it. So I think that's really great. I played a new Nonogram game, so feel free to fall asleep if you want, called PictoQuest. That's PictoQuest, all one word. It's $9 on Switch. I saw it on Twitter, and it says, the direct quote from the developers was, "It's a logic puzzle game with light RPG elements." It's like, all right, get on my Switch. Like, that's, okay. Come on over. Number 1, looks incredible. Really, really great pixel art style. The overworld map is cool. The shop that you go in looks really great. It has a sort of Super Mario Bros. 3 overworld map where you're moving from point to point and they're sort of connected by a line. starts off really easy. I didn't do the tutorial, so I'm not entirely sure how good or bad that is. You start off easy, a bunch of 5x5 puzzles. You'll get into, there's side quests littered across the map, and some of them will be complete this puzzle, but it's harder now, or complete this puzzle, like a 5x5 puzzle, in under 20 seconds. But it's a puzzle you've already done, so you sort of know what you're doing. I think it's really good. I think it controls really well. I think it is a very smart nonogram Picross game. I think it's largely successful as an RPG, but I have one problem with it.
Okay.
You have health. So you have 3 hearts as your health meter. There's 2 types of enemies you're going to fight. One of them is just like a treasure chest, and you're sort of bashing it open as you're completing the puzzle. Like, you complete a line, and you swipe at the chest. You complete the puzzle, the chest opens, you get the loot inside. The other type is you're fighting enemies, and every time you complete a line, it does damage to the enemy units. The problem that I have, though, is the enemies have a health bar and they have an attack bar. The attack bar fills up over time. When that fills up, they attack you, and maybe they'll miss, maybe they'll do damage. They do damage, they do like a half a heart, and you have 3 hearts. What that unfortunately means is that some of these puzzles have a time limit on them, which is not something I'm crazy about with nonogram games, because if you're doing a 15x15 and you don't even know where to start, the fact that you have a time limit to where the enemies are going to attack you, that feels a little bit rough. So
it's just bringing you up to the next level, man.
Yeah.
Very quickly. Yes. Yeah.
Hashtag get good, Boston.
Yeah. I think it's a really cool idea, and I think it said I'm like 25% of the way through the game. So I'm already doing 15x15s, which is fine. I'm gonna keep playing it, but this isn't me saying like absolutely don't go check it out or anything like that. Or it's definitely not a bad game. It's just, for me, I feel like there's gonna be that friction of, I like taking my time to solve a puzzle versus this swarm of bats is going to attack you if you don't keep clearing lines. So it's interesting. I'm going to keep playing it, but it's sort of a little issue here at the beginning. I started a new game as well over on PS4. I purchased Sea of Solitude a while ago.
Yeah, so you posting photos of this and totally forgot this is one of my hashtag most excited about from last year's E3.
Yeah, so this is that was on EA's stage, if I remember. It was the woman came out and said, so. "Hey, we're making a game." Yeah, it is, because it has the EA Originals splash screen now that I remember about it. Her whole thing was like, when people get too lonely, they turn into monsters. And I was like, all right, you've sold me. Cool. Whatever game you're gonna make, that I'm interested. So you saw the screenshots. Looks beautiful. Has a really cool style. The way the waves move is really great. The way that this town in the middle of nowhere is sort of sinking over time looks really great. Has very cool voice acting. Seems to be an entirely French cast. So that all feels really great. The soundtrack is really good. I really don't like this game. My main problem with it is all of that stuff I just talked about is really great. The act of playing it throughout the first 2 hours, and it looks like the estimate is it's probably about a 4-hour game, so I'm about halfway through. It's really boring, and it boils down to, there's a monster swimming in the water, sort of around another island. So you have to hold square on your controller to sort of have the camera follow the monster. Once the monster's far enough away, you jump in the water, you swim to the other island, you hop up on there, the monster like rah, and then slams in the island and acts frustrated that she couldn't catch you. and you kind of rinse and repeat from there. So what you're doing in the game isn't really that interesting, and it isn't really that satisfying at all. And I'm only halfway through, and I want to finish it because I think it looks cool, and they're telling a cool story about what it means to be lonely, and there's all these cool giant smoky monsters with these scary red eyes, and it seems like a cool thing, but just actually playing it has not been super interesting so far, unfortunately.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's a bummer because I'm hoping it comes together at the end. Like, I hope they start introducing some more puzzles, and because so far there haven't really been any puzzles either. No environmental puzzles. Just mostly going from one landmass to another. Once you get there, you sort of just kind of worm your way through the one path through there to then get to another body of water to then get to the next one. So it's just sort of been a bummer. But the final game I'm playing, Moon, you're happy. I'm almost done with Doom 2016.
Yes.
I started it, and I have 2 or 3 more levels to go. I realized what my problem with Doom 2016 is.
Okay.
The first couple of levels are boring.
Yep.
And Mars doesn't look that great.
Mm-hmm.
Hell looks awesome.
Yep.
The first time you go to Hell, you're like, oh, this is sort of, okay, yeah, all right, art style, art direction, all right, yeah, like now here we're going, yeah, all right.
Yep. The space stations are super tropey. It's like I feel like the first level is okay because number one, it's got probably one of the best intro sequences in video game history. Period.
So good.
But that's a good level for the movement, getting used to the speed of the game, stuff like that.
Because it starts going ludicrously fast.
Yes, it is. When it goes through all of the labs and stuff, it's like, this is cool, but it's space labs. Which
it's all like UAC buildings again.
Times.
It's like we played Doom 2 and Doom 3. Like
shiny metal everywhere.
Yeah, yes. It's like, and it's sterile and it's fine. But there are dead bodies everywhere, and there's pentagrams, and there's innards hanging from the ceiling. Like it's not totally clean. It's still Doom, but once you get to Hell, you're sort of like, yeah, or like this is the stuff.
And once you get to Hell, you start getting the Satanic Bible like lore stones.
For when he was awakened.
There we go.
Yep. They just call it demonic voice in the subtitles, which is really great.
Yes, they do.
I think one of my other problems with the intro is the pistol is really bad. It feels like it's wholly like I feel like I can't hit anything with it, which is pretty frustrating. Very quickly, you just get you get like the shotgun or whatever, and it's like, all right, and to be clear, I'm playing on the easiest difficulty because I want to run up in something's face and hit it with the super shotgun and have it just go poof. And that's what I'm doing. I'm running up to literally everything in the game and just bap with the super shotgun because now I have it fully upgraded and it shoots twice before I have to reload, and I'm just everything is missed at this point. It's so good. I really don't have anything bad to say about this game. I think the level design is probably the thing that I've been really pleased by, because the one thing that Doom 1 and Doom 2 did really well is it had a complex level design. It is very much not here's a big room where you fight a bunch of enemies, long hallway that maybe has like some kinks in it, another big room where you fight enemies. Like you're going
elevators up, elevators down,
yeah, multiple levels in catwalks, and there's a little bit of backtracking. You get to some secrets, or like you realize you forgot a rune trial or something. Like there's a lot of stuff in each level, and I feel like you can just go from point A to point B and you'll still have a good time, but going through all the secrets and getting like I got the super shotgun 2 or 3 levels early because I found a secret, and I was like, I could probably, first off, there's a double jump in this game.
It's so vertical.
I had no idea there's a double jump in this game. That's awesome. You can like double jump up into this air duct and walk through this air duct. You come out and there's like a bunch of armor and a super shotgun. It's like, okay, well, yes, Doom is still really great. I picked up probably 2 or 3 of those little Doom guy figurines, and it plays the E1 M1 track when you pick them up. It's really great.
Did you get the original Doom guy one? I think it's on the 2nd level. It's through a bunch of vents.
No,
that's the iconic GIF where it's
fist bump.
Fist bump.
Yeah,
and it does that while it's playing that theme as well, which is absolutely great.
No, I missed a couple in the first couple levels because I wasn't looking out for the secrets really. I was mostly like I was trying to push through the first couple levels to see if the game would really grab me, and once it did, it was sort of like, okay, now I can explore these levels. I know I can do chapter select when I beat the game, so I can go back and I can do those first couple levels with all the dumb upgrades I have, so I can look through all that cool stuff. The last thing I did was I just fought the Cyber Demon, which is
which one's the Cyber Demon?
The really big giant one with the health bar. The first boss you fight with the
huge
bar.
Arena where
you fight him twice.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
Like you fight him twice, you pull the thing out of his chest, you go to hell, and you fight him again, which was really great. It's really great to fight the Cyber Demon again. It's great to see all these classic Doom enemies modernized. Like the annoying flying skulls, they're back, unfortunately. The Pinkies are back, and they're a much more difficult this time. The Shadow Pinkies are back. I think they call them Spectres now. You have pretty much every type of enemy that you really loved and loved to hate in the first 2 games. I really wish I had more to say about Doom 2016, but you know it's good because you've probably played it already. And
like, going back and replaying it recently, I did that game a disservice by not having it like top 5 at least in my game of the year that year. I have got no love for the series, but that game is, by itself, that game has made me excited for Doom this year.
God, Doom Eternal, yeah, like having more movement options in Doom Eternal and having like another glory kill type is sort of like, all right, yeah, like just come on in, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Like, what do you think of like the rock paper scissors nature of the melee attacks, the chainsaw attacks, and the guns? Like the fact that one feeds the other, feeds the other, feeds the other.
I think it's really cool because number one, I forgot about the chainsaw in Doom, so picking that up for the first time was sort of like, that's right, there is a chainsaw in Doom, and this thing is awesome. And so what Moon's talking about, for anyone that hasn't played it, is when an enemy is flashing into a glory kill, that gets you health, and now because I've upgraded a rune, it also gives me armor, like I need it because I'm playing on the easiest thing. When you kill an enemy with the chainsaw, ammo explodes out of them, so then you can kill them with your guns, and that's basically just a normal kill. I don't think anything comes out of them for that, but that feels really good because you always have an opportunity to get exactly what you need. Like, fuel for the chainsaw is pretty thin throughout the game, unless you're really going through secret rooms. But using the chainsaw gets you so much ammo for everything that you really only need to use it once. Yeah. It's really good. It's neat. I think it's really cool to see how they've taken all the classic weapons and modernized them. Like the plasma rifle is really good. The
BFG room when you first get the BFG, and then the room directly after that, where it's just like, go ahead.
Yeah,
we
it's
know
just
you
like,
want to.
You know you want to use this thing right away. Yeah, that and that even looked like a sort of a famous room from Doom 1 and 2, where it's like, here's a bunch of dumb enemies and a bunch of explosive barrels. Like, you know what happens. I really like the upgrade trees for the weapons. I really like going through and getting the upgrade tokens per level, and then choosing which one of the paths you want to go on a gun, and then having that challenge at the end. Like the Super Shotguns one was kill more than one enemy at a time 30 times with the Super Shotgun. It's like, all right, that's cool. Like I can sort of focus on that and sort of not. Like I like the rifle in the game. I just upgraded that by getting like 50 headshots or something. So now it does like explosive rounds when I'm using it. All that stuff feels really good.
Like it's good incentives to play with every different kind of weapon.
Yep.
And figure out what you like the most.
And none of them feel bad.
No. I did not think I would like the stupid plasma gun. Like I hated that thing at first, and then you get the secondary mode, which basically is like a plasma shotgun instead. And it's like, cool. Yeah. I'm cool. I'm perfectly fine charging this thing up and then letting loose every single chance I get.
Yeah, and I like using those against cacodemons, where it's like, all right, I've got 3 of those floaty jerks coming. I'll just blast them out of the sky with this.
Mm-hmm.
Doom 2016 is really good.
Yeah.
And I know I'm like the last horse through the gate here, but like...
No, I haven't played it yet either.
You need to play it. It's one of those things where it's like... And I think for me, what's really exciting is it's such a palate cleanser for me right now, where it's about speed, and it's about movement through the environment, and it's about... You cannot plant yourself in one place and just take pot shots at the enemy. Like, you have to go up and you have to get in their face or get around them or do something, and that feels really great at the Vega. Like, you have Olivia Pierce and you have Samuel Hayden, I think his name is, the director of UAC, who had stage 4 brain cancer and took the last 6 months of his life to turn himself into an android to put his consciousness into so he could live forever. That guy. Like, like the fact that I, 1, know that, and 2, am interested in the story. Like, you'll walk through every once in a while, you'll see like holographic story stuff. I'm getting into some of the stuff where you're finding out what Olivia Pierce was really doing in her like secret lab area. It's like, all right, this is pretty great. Like the first time, I didn't really understand why there were a lot of those holographic assistants around, being like, you know, the UAC was found, brought you pure demon energy straight to Earth, and just like, okay. The first time you run into one of those in Olivia Pierce's lab, and it starts chanting in like the demonic gibberish, it's like, all right, that was well worth that payoff to hear them selling me the entire game.
Like, honestly, stuff like that, like the game has so many little moments that are just so great. I mean, like I said, it's got one of the best intro sequences ever. Like the fact that music kicks up, and again, credit to Arthur Geese for pointing this out to me. It's heavy metal music of the 80s and 90s transferred into MIDI rip-offs of the heavy metal music from the 80s and 90s, which is now being redone as original music based on the MIDI rip-offs of that
with
music.
Like an angelic choir at the same time. It's like an angelic choir and like it's so good.
That adds so much to the game, and then they just portrayed the Doom Marine so perfectly. Like this is Bethesda/id taking 2 generic protagonists. We've got on one side, we've got the Doom guy. And on the other side, you've got BJ Blazkowicz. 2 of basically the exact same person. BJ, they took and they gave him a heart and a story and history and
depression.
And really, really, really sad story that loops back around to something positive. And the Doom guy, they took him the polar opposite direction of, he don't care, he out to kill folks.
I like that he never speaks. Anytime he interacts with any screen that isn't working, like I love how he touches every screen with 2 fingers. Like he's just, if he's shutting down a heliport, it's like boop, 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 boop. Like he knows all the buttons to press and he just does it. If it doesn't work, he rips it off the screen after punching it a bunch of times. Like he shut down the Argent Tower. The guy's like, all right, you need to very carefully do this thing, and he just kicks it a bunch until it falls off. And he's like, if you could not do that and destroy this tower that feeds Earth with limitless clean energy, that would, okay, you already did it. All right, great.
The first time you find one of those Argent containers, there's like the upgrades, and he's like, this can mesh with your suit. Now we need to be very, very careful about how we interlink this. Just give me 2 minutes. And he literally rips the thing out, crushes it in his hand, is like, or you can do that.
Right, or it worked. Okay. Yeah, it's really good. I'm as a Doom fan and as a first-person shooter fan, I'm really, really pleased with it. I feel like this is what they were trying to do with Doom 3. Doom 3 is a good game. Don't at me. But they never really got there, and I think Doom 3 never had the combat that Doom 2016 does, and that's the difference. Like, I want to fight demons in Doom 2016 because the music comes up and I'm like, yeah, and like I'm getting some upgrade and I'm just like splitting demons in half with my fists. Like, it's really fun. And I've never gotten to a fight and I'm just like, oh my god, I have to fight more stuff. It's just like, all right, let's go. Let's do this. I got rockets. Let's go. Like I think that's the difference between what some of these games do right and what some of these games do wrong. And I'm really excited to finish it. And I'm really excited to try Chapter Select. I'm really excited to try Arcade Mode, because I've heard lots of good things about that, where it's just sort of challenge modes for each level. I think that's super cool. It's a little bit of a bummer that there's no New Game Plus. I was just searching that before. There's just a Chapter Select. I would love to run through the whole campaign again from the start with all my upgrades, but I understand they just put in Chapter Select, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah, I think if you go to Chapter Select, and I think if you select the first chapter again, it runs through the first chapter, and then at the end of each level, you have the option to hit A to continue, and it will just auto kick you into the next level,
cool.
I believe.
Okay. Yeah, then that's fine. Because I would love to play, like, here's the first time you're running imps. It's like, cool, I've got a super shotgun. Like, I don't care about these annoying imps. Yeah, like, I ran into, like, a cyber demon. Oh, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's whatever. But yes, go play Doom 2016. It's on sale on PS4 for, like, $10 almost all the time. So
I think it's on
Game Pass?
Crap. Thank you.
Probably. We'll look at it during the break, but probably. I probably have it on my Xbox One. But yeah, I need to go pre-order Doom Eternal now. Because I'm more than happy to just in a couple of months just dive right back into another one.
Yep.
With a freaking grappling hook in it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. All right. Enough about Doom. Go play it. That's all I've been playing this week. Let's take a break. Let's look. Game Pass Doom.
I'm pretty sure I saw it on there.
Yes.
I'm so fucking glad that you started playing this, especially before Doom Eternal. Like, this is what I was hoping for.
Yeah. Doom has been on there for a year since yesterday. Along with Rage, if you want to play that. Doom Eternal. What a great cover art, too. $10 off on Amazon right now for Doom Eternal.
God, it's 60 gigs. Oh, yeah. It includes all 3 DLC packs.
Yep, it includes every single bit of DLC, which is mostly multiplayer stuff, which is surprisingly really fucking good.
Yeah, my install on PS4 is pretty big, and when I first started it, they were like, all right, congratulations, all the DLC is free now. And I was like, I don't care. I might later, but I want to...
All the DLC is multiplayer shit. You don't care.
That I don't care.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the multiplayer mode in that is great, but it's one of those things where if I'm popping into Doom on the Xbox and I'm coming in second and third, my first, like, and I'm like character rank 1, it's like there's clearly no pros playing this thing still.
This is coming out on November 22nd.
Oh, we have to plow through that if you want to get that in the game of the year list.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna pre-order it right now, and I'll probably plow through it anyway. But yeah,
I'm so glad.
Oh right,
downloading now.
You have a shoulder-mounted flamethrower in the second one, so you can incinerate enemies for armor.
Why not?
Forgot about that. Also, we talk about Giant Bomb a lot. If Jeff Gerstmann is really excited about your game and thinks it's really dope,
Yeah.
Probably got something special.
It's the exact same thing that what happened when 2016 came out, and Brad was the one chosen to go in and play it at the preview and then review it.
Right, and he's like, I don't want to play.
He comes back, he comes back from the first event. And he's like, "Yo, dudes, Doom is actually really good."
Yo, Doom's good.
If Brad is saying that,
it was on my list of things to check out, but I also wasn't a big Doom fan. Not because of anything the game did wrong. It's just it never really caught me. So
exactly the same, dude. Like exactly the same. I didn't even I don't think I've ever played Doom 1, 2, or 3 at all.
I played the first one because, it was tricks of the trades of getting it to work on, God, what the hell did that come out on? Whatever old-ass PC I can't even think of right now.
See, the difference for me is I grew up with Doom 1 and 2 and Wolf 3D. Like, those were formative games for me. So, like, the idea of a new Doom coming out was sort of like, no, I'm good. Like, you can't... It's like a Star Trek game coming out. It's like, no, it's probably not going to be very good.
Mm-hmm.
I do like how everything that I've seen about it, though, that they've just completely made him into a badass.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just story-wise.
Yep.
Like, he's literally a quintessential video game protagonist.
Yep.
Like, it's so
I'm here to
hilarious.
kill aliens and shut down a connection to hell. Good morning.
It's basically like the Master Chief of I need a gun.
Yeah.
Like, it's him if he didn't have any personality at all. And Chief sometimes struggles with the personality presentation of him. Like, I think they've done a great job in the books of turning Chief into a character.
Yeah.
In the games, not so much.
Right.
I'm here to finish the fight. Like, that's the end of Halo 2, is finish the fight. Fuck you.
All right, you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys ready for the second segment here?
Yeah.
It's starting to get hot in here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, curiosity. Are you rapping the same way I'm rapping?
Giant Bomb? Yes, I'm wearing the Hot Dog Patrick shirt.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm double rapping.
Oh. Wearing those Giant Bomb underwear, too.
Yes. Because you know where the giant bomb is.
Hey yo. All right, you guys ready?
Why did your koosh ball move in the background?
That was me throwing it and being nothing but net.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk releases for the week of August 12th, 2019. Friday the 13th, the game comes out on Switch.
Why not?
Moon and I had a really confusing couple of minutes when we were like, okay, number one, is this that asynchronous multiplayer game? Yes. Is there still a lawsuit going on? Yes. Is it unclear about what the lawsuit is about anymore? Yes. So you can play this game that unfortunately can no longer be supported now on your Switch.
Yep.
So that's sort of a bummer. The Bard's Tale trilogy comes to Xbox One. I meant to look up exactly what was in here. I'm assuming it's the first 3 because 4 just came out on consoles.
And it's called a trilogy?
Yeah, well, sometimes they'd be like, oh, it's the trilogy of 4, like the Assassin's Creed 2 trilogy, where it's like, it's 3 games, but they're all Assassin's Creed 2 games. So, who knows?
The Dialogy?
Yeah.
I think you'll find Alien did it correctly. It's the quadrilogy. Thank you very much.
Rebel Galaxy Outlaw comes out on PC. This was a game I did not know anything about until today, and it looks dope.
I saw a video on Giant Bomb. They did a quick look of it very recently, and it's one of their latest videos, and it's like, wait, is that Rebel Galaxy in 3D that I'm seeing?
It sure is, and it supports HOTAS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
it sure looks like they've taken the exact same thing of Risk of Rain and just gone full 3D with their sequel.
Yeah, we'll take our wildly successful game and just put it in 3D, and it looks really good. So if you were looking for No Man's Sky to maybe be more of a game with purpose, maybe go check out Rebel Galaxy Outlaw.
Or Elite Dangerous, thank you very much, that's all.
Or, yeah, if you maybe want that like half step, like the training wheels to get to your first HOTAS setup. And lastly, the Grandia HD collection comes out on Switch. This is Grandia 1 and 2. If you've never played them and you love JRPGs, both are incredible games.
Yes, yes they are.
Sucked me in hardcore.
Style alone, they stole the show when they came out.
Yeah, God, both of them are so good.
The simple fact that you can level up your magic, I mean, that alone, so many hours.
Yeah, Grandia 1 and 2 are really great. Also very proud of them for not porting any of the other Grandia games, because those are not very good. Yeah. Let's move over to news stories. First news story here. Parent company of Annapurna Interactive, that's Annapurna Pictures, is looking at it, filing for bankruptcy.
Okay, don't take the development studio down, please.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with Annapurna Pictures, it's basically the side project of a kid, of someone who's very, 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 very rich.
Oh, the Lance Stroll of the film world. Okay.
Yes. They haven't really had a movie hit. Their big studios, Leica Studios, who put out Paranorman and Kubo and the Two Strings and like a lot of other movies. None of those have been hits, to be generous, and they've canceled a lot of movies recently. So their profits are sort of, through the floor. Annapurna Interactive, who has published Florence, Golgoroa, Donut County, like 15 other games we love, that we've played this last year, they're doing really well. Someone from Interactive has come out and said, like, look, we'll probably be okay. We're sort of doing our own thing over here. We just kind of share a name. And, we're just sort of publishing games over here. So sounds like they'll be okay, but just something to sort of cross our fingers on, because I feel like Annapurna and Devolver have both risen at the same time. Yeah, and like both of those, I feel like still have the cachet of, if one of the two of them are publishing a game, it's probably going to be really good, or at least it's going to be fun and weird.
Yes.
So, and I greatly value both of those things. Next news story here, 13, the remake of Alert, the game. It was supposed to come out later this year. It's now been pushed to a 2020 release. The publisher Microids says that the porting team Play Magic is working on it. The development is going really well. The more time is needed to, quote, reach the level of polish we're aiming for, end quote. So things are going well. Just
thicker black lines is what I'm hearing.
Exactly. Yeah. Just got to have a slider for the thickest black lines. So happy to hear that it's still going well. Happy to hear they're focusing on quality instead of just kind of like pooping out an HD remaster. And lastly, if you own a Switch, you haven't played Cadence of Hyrule yet, there's now a demo available. So $25 is pricey. I will agree with that, but demo will give you a really good indication of what that game is, and it's good. So go try it out. Yeah. And remember, even if you're not good at rhythm games, they have a mode where you can turn the rhythm stuff off. So it just turns into like a turn-based RPG, sort of, I guess. All right, let's move on to questions, as the Nib has a small visitor.
Just my daughter.
Yeah, just saying hi. T-Bomb Rocks asks us a couple rapid-fire questions in Discord, so let's go. Current TV show you have been enjoying?
One day at a time.
What have I been watching? I've been watching a British show called The Hotel Inspector, where this lady goes out and she helps fix failing hotels.
American trash TV is hot garbage. English trash TV is even worse.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I'm watching that, and I'm watching Below Deck Mediterranean. So both of those
sounds like an adult-themed movie, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I guess it sort of does. But why I like The Hotel Inspector is because she's going there, and to me, it's like Gordon Ramsay's British series. Not the American ones; those suck. Like the British ones were like, this place has asked me for my help. If they want my help, I'm going to help them. That's my job. If you don't want my help, that's when I start yelling.
Mm-hmm. It's like a Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah. Why I like the hotel inspector is very much like, I know how to run a successful hotel. You very much need my help. Let's work together, but you're going to do the majority of the work, and I'm going to sort of guide you along. Mm-hmm. Why I like Below Deck Mediterranean is because I like reality shows where they're either competing with a skill, like something like Ink Master, where it's like, this is a specific skill and we're doing something and then we're getting judged on doing that. Or they have a job, like Below Deck Mediterranean, like they're running a yacht and you're following like 5 or 6 people. I don't like the reality shows where it's just like, we're rich and there's cameras, yeah. That I think that's pretty boring.
Yes.
You mean like, was that Buying Houses Mediterranean Edition or whatever?
There's so many like buying houses shows.
I don't care that your
$1 million
maximum
listing
is $3 million or whatever.
Yeah.
I sell stuff on Etsy. My budget is $50 million.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of rich and here's some cameras. Drive to Survive, the documentary about Formula One, which is on Netflix. It covers last season's footage, or last season's season, but it goes through different teams and stuff. And honestly, it's an incredible look behind the scenes at what was a very mystique-filled sport. Formula One was always like, it's for the hoity-toity, for the lack of a better way to phrase it. But Drive to Survive is actually all about the human stories. And when you look at teams like Haas, like the American team, and the relationship that Gunther Steiner, who is the lead, team.
That's a great name.
It is. And he is about as real as you can possibly be as a human.
Right.
Like, he literally flips out at his drivers. He is 100% racing through and through. Like, all he wants to do is be involved in racing. Mm-hmm. He doesn't come across as a rich hoity-toity guy. He comes across as just a dude who wants to do well, with literally a budget that is a drop in the bucket compared to some of these other teams. Like, Haas has 170 employees. Right. Mercedes, the champions at the moment, have that many employees on vacation at any given time. Right. Like, it's a really good look behind the scenes at these like teams and these people who are involved in it. Jerry Halliwell shows up on it, Ginger Spice, because she's married to one of the team principals.
Wow.
It's a good look at the actual human drama behind it all. And they're doing another season for this year. And apparently the Mercedes episode was filmed recently at a Grand Prix where they had a terrible show. Yes. So I'm looking forward to next year's Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Should be good. Yay.
Nimp, anything you've been watching lately you enjoy?
I was going to say, I actually don't watch a whole lot. I've never really been big on watching things. And mostly because I'm trying to catch up on video games and books from the last couple of years.
Right.
Last thing I watched was Evangelion when it came to Netflix.
That's a thing.
So, yeah. I saw someone post a picture of that on Twitter, and I was like, man, that show.
Yeah. Next question. TV series you will soon be starting soon or really excited to start? I have 2. I want to watch The Boys soon, that superhero one on Amazon.
I love that show.
What's so great is, like, that's the first response from literally everyone is like, oh, The Boys is so good. It's like, all right, so I need to watch it before someone spoils it for me. And on Animal Planet, there's a series of shows called The Zoo that my family really likes. It's like the go behind the scenes in the zoo and like find out how they raise and conserve animals and all that cool stuff. There's one for the San Diego Zoo that just started airing yesterday, and we have been to. There's the zoo and there's the safari park. We've been to Safari Park a lot in the last couple of years, so it will be cool to see like the exact place we go a lot and the behind the scenes stuff.
Is that Balboa?
No, that Balboa is the big proper zoo.
Okay.
Yeah, Safari Park is near me. I don't know which town it's in, but it's near me in sort of northern San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah.
Starting soon.
Starting soon. I'm excited to start. It could be an old show you've been wanting to watch.
I'm so far behind on everything. Like, I still need to watch Stranger Things Season 3, which from what I hear is a return to form for Stranger Things.
Yeah.
The other TV show on Netflix based on a book about people changing consciousness into different bodies. Can't remember the name of it. Crap.
I don't know.
Yep. My watch list on Netflix is like 70,000 things long. It's a little ridiculous.
I called mine recently because I was like, look, I got to be realistic with myself about what movies and shows I'm just not going to watch, or like I already have spoiled for me and I sort of don't care because it's not like The Boys where people are like, you need to watch this is really great, even after, you know, I'm assuming people feel favorably about The Boys later, but I had to call some of that stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. There's so much stuff that it's on my periphery. But it's like
Love, Death, Robots. Like, I haven't even started watching that. I know that's pretty short.
Yeah, Tuca and Bernie on Netflix, which just got cancelled.
Tuca and Bernie is so good. I've watched Tuca and Bernie probably about 10 times now. Mm-hmm. I love that show so much.
There's just so much stuff. It's too much content and not enough free time.
Yeah. Nimp, anything on your upcoming list?
Nope.
Watch The Boys.
Yeah, watch The Boys. Not family friendly. For anyone
I literally have a stack of books next to my side of the bed that I'm trying to read right now.
Yeah. Anything you're reading right now that you like?
I'm catching up with the Sort of Truth novels right now, Terry Goodkind.
Oh, woof. I mean, okay.
Well, yeah. Just because I thought I had been caught up and I thought he was done writing for it. And that was before I started going back to school. Yeah. Until I happened to be walking through a store and saw that they had 2 of the books on deep discount. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was just a different series just in the same world until I started reading it. But oh no, this is a continuation. What the heck?
Yeah. No, it's just that same garbage series in modern time. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds an awful lot like me in the Watch series, to be honest, because I don't know how many books I've got left to read in that now. Yeah. It's been so long since I checked up on it. It's like, is that 2 books new that I need to read, or 1 book new that I need to read?
Right.
Speaking of which, may I recommend the Watch series by Sergei Lakoyenko.
It starts with Night Watch. It's very good. Slow start.
Recommend the first one.
It's a vampire hunting IT guy.
Yep.
It's really good. It's very Russian, so like be prepared for that coming in.
What was it? And then I was reading, what is it, Pride and Prejudice with Zombies or whatever they call it?
Yeah, Pride and Prejudice with Zombies, yeah.
Yeah, that is a tough read.
I didn't get through that. I get through most of my books, but I couldn't get through that.
Pride and Prejudice I don't like to begin with.
Yeah.
This one, the local library had, I guess, like a collector's edition book that they were selling for like 75 cents.
Oh, nice.
So it's like this nice looking book, and I'm like, well, screw it, why not? I'll give it a shot.
Than a buck. Yeah.
It's, if you don't like Pride and Prejudice, you're not going to like it with zombies either.
No, yeah. No. His next question is, last purchase you made that you know you shouldn't, but YOLO.
I bought a bunch of artisan soap at the festival recently.
Okay.
It's true.
Have you used any of it? Is it good so far?
Oh, yes, artisan soap. You just look at it.
Yes. Right. No, actually, I bought one which I bought like 2 years ago. I bought one then, and I liked it, so I bought the same one again and a new one this time. Let's see, what else?
I feel like this can... All of my video game purchases that I know I won't be able to get to for a little bit is sort of in this category, but I feel like that's cheating.
Yeah, take a look at my install list and tell me which ones I've played yet.
Right.
Yeah. I think the biggest one was when I bought my PSVR.
Yeah.
Because I didn't necessarily need it, but I had the money for it at the time.
And No Man's Sky in VR is coming out this week.
Yeah, there's a bunch of random stuff on there that I've been trying to get to.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 7 is still a no-go in VR.
Oh,
Screw that game.
Yeah, too much. I don't know if I can think of anything like big ticket that I purchased it and it came and it's sort of like, oh, I shouldn't have bought that.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
this year, I'll be honest, like, I've done pretty solid this year. Like,
Yeah, me too.
I'm doing a lot better this year about tracking what I'm spending on what.
Yeah.
So, like, normally by this point in the year, I've probably bought about 25, 30 video games so far. So
Those
far this
piled
year,
up
I
next
think
to
I'm
your
up to
TV.
like 6.
Yeah.
I got one from last year, and that was when I had to sit down and have a conversation with my wife when it all came in. And that was because I built my own little pilot station for Elite Dangerous.
Right.
Nothing fancy, but
Right.
that was when I bought like my micro keyboard and the HOTAS controller, and I had
Right.
stands for my chair. And
So you'd be like, so here's the deal with this stuff I bought. Before you see it, let me explain it to you.
let me walk you through this real quick.
Right. I'm not crazy. I'm not training to be a pilot. Next question is, last game you came back to after a long hiatus. Doom 2016 is probably for me this week.
Rainbow Six Siege. I didn't play that for almost like 2 years.
Yeah.
And came back to it very recently.
Mine was Red Dead Redemption 2, because that was a game that I was fully not intending on playing.
Because that came out last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just never had an interest. It just came bundled with my PS4, and I figured, well, I might as well get something with it if I want to pay the same price.
Yeah, exactly.
And the only reason I started playing it again was because I was watching someone else play it on a stream, and I started talking with them a lot about it. They were having a lot of the same issues that I was having, and we kind of started going back and forth, and then I just kind of threw it back in and became the wilderness man.
Right. I can't think of anything else that I've come back to after a long hiatus, more than like a couple of... Oh, Hollow Knight for you, Moon.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't think it breaks Siege's record, but yeah, that was like a good 6 to 8 months I took a break on that thing and came back to it.
Long enough to sort of forget the controls and be like, all right, what was I doing again? Like, where am I again?
Yes, that 100% happens.
Yeah. 2 more questions from him. North American published video game series you want an anime take on?
North American published that I want an anime take on? Oh, okay, easy. Fallout series, give it to the guys who developed the North Star anime/manga.
Wow, yeah, okay, yeah.
Because
Let's do that.
The Western style, that aesthetic, the steampunk 40s and 50s aesthetic mixed with the anime art of that specific era would be insane. Like, I don't need all the combat and stuff. Like, I don't need all of the fancy punching and kicks. But instead, give me, like, kind of like the Golgo 13, the professional kind of gun action.
Right.
But in that kind of post-apocalyptic wasteland. Like, that, to me, give me that anytime.
That'd be cool.
I would say Knights of the Old Republic, but I'm pretty sure if I searched the internet, I could probably find something at this point.
Yeah, some fan film at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I don't know. I would almost... Now that you said KOTOR, like, I'd almost love to see Mass Effect turned into this, like, big anime space opera.
There is a Mass Effect anime.
Which is...
I've never watched it, so...
I think it's Western done, though. I think it's...
Like the Halo ones?
Yeah, don't diss the Halo stuff, though.
No, I'm not.
I'm
not saying the Halo stuff's bad. It's just some of that stuff was Western done. Some of it was Japanese as well.
Yeah, Forward Unto Dawn is one of the best live action things I've ever seen as well. Like, that's an incredible movie essentially for Halo.
Yeah.
I would say Star Wars, but we've already got that fan like anime thing of the type done after the TIE Fighter games, and that short, it's like 25 minutes long, something like that. Took the guy like 12 years to make, but it's a masterpiece in anime.
I can't think of anything else. I know people want me to say Destiny, but I'm not. I feel like that's cheating.
You guys are getting a D&D book, it looks like.
Well,
did you see that?
So a fan is making a Destiny tabletop game that's using the D&D rule set. So it's like 2 or 3 elements removed, and it's sort of like, It's fine. Let's bring out Destiny books. Come on,
Still,
man.
though, I saw some of the pictures of the potential pages.
Yeah, they look good.
I would buy that.
Yeah, they look really good. Yeah. And last question here. Last thing your child or fur child ate that you tried to stop them and it either cost a trip to the hospital/vet or at the very least time trying to find said item.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I know the source behind this question.
Did T-Bomb have this incident happen this week?
He had a very, not severe, but kind of a serious incident involving one of his children eating something they shouldn't.
Gotcha.
Which
as children want to do.
Yeah, which now involves X-rays to find said object.
Nice.
I feel like I've been lucky. I haven't had this happen. My daughter has not yet successfully done this yet. I'm very clearly putting the yet on there because she's going to eat a crayon any day now. I haven't really had this happen with cats.
I think like the 3 cats I've got now are all pretty good. Like they've been trained pretty well to not chew on wires.
Yeah.
But I did lose like 4 headsets to my cat in England because he was just a d-bag when it came to wires. Like,
sorry, T-Bomb Rocks in chat says still looking for the key. Nothing yet. So you put the pieces together on that one.
Yep. But yeah, I watch color. It was the 360 headsets specifically. It was the single ear. Over the ear ones.
Yeah, God, I loved those ones.
They were really, really good, except the wire was like literally microscopically thin.
It was as thin as the copper is.
Yeah, my cat would just run up and just go, one bite, snapped.
Yeah.
Every time.
I really
had like 9.
I really wish more people would make earbuds that had a big mute switch like that, because I loved that on the 360 controller where it's like, I know it doesn't take like my fingernail to flick this little switch to change it from mute and unmute. Like it had this big thing and it was very clear when it was muted or unmuted.
Yeah.
That was nice.
It's one of the reasons I actually like my Astros. I think these might operate the exact same way because these are slightly lesser versions of the Astros I have downstairs. But if the microphone is up, it's muted. If it's down, it's not muted.
Yeah.
So anytime you need to mute yourself, you just flip the microphone up.
Smart.
And you know it's muted.
What are you using on your Xbox? 850s?
I believe it is, yes. Okay. The wireless 850s with the dongle.
God, I want a pair of those so badly.
The sound difference is ridiculous.
I know, they're so nice.
They're so nice, but they're so expensive.
Yeah, I know. It's well worth it because from everything I've heard, they hold up really well.
I bought me and my wife a set each for our wedding. That was my wedding gift to her and me.
Nice.
Very expensive wedding gifts.
Yeah.
And mine are pretty much still brand new. Hers have seen some wear and tear.
Sure.
But we just think that might be the curse of my wife and technology, where she touches stuff and it breaks.
Right. The technology black thumb.
Yeah. But mine is still fine. Like the sound quality is still great. The battery life is surprisingly still great. Like I can tell it's gone down now because if I start playing games on Saturday morning, the headset is dead by like 9 o'clock on Saturday night.
But that's
usually right when I'm getting into multiplayer games is when the headset starts beeping at me to tell me it's dying.
That's pretty fair though. Like a whole day.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah. Nimp, anything?
Oh, I actually forgot that we were answering a question.
That's okay. He asked us all these rapid fire questions and we've taken like half an hour each one.
No, my kids have not swallowed anything.
Yeah.
Animals too that we had noticed. I mean, every once in a while, you'll see a cat with floss.
Sure.
Or after they've eaten it,
a piece of carpet hanging out of their mouth. Where it's
it's usually go and clean the cat box, and it's like, where did you even find floss at?
Right.
But yeah, nothing that major. No.
Your cat behind you is upset that you're talking about her.
Oh, this isn't the one that's the problem. Oh. She's just mad because I'm not petting her.
Wow, that's understandable. All right, thank you very much, T-Bomb Rocks, for the question. That's our episode this week. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Everywhere to find and follow us is on the right-hand side of the page. Patreon.com/E1M1. The ones are numbers. Remember, if you like the dumb stuff at the beginning of this episode, TVGP Outcast is for you. It's usually like around half an hour every week of us just talking about stuff. Talked about some movies this week. I won't spoil which ones they are. If you're not a patron yet, go and do that. You can find out which ones. Game Club, we are in our last week of Orwell Keeping an Eye on You, or just Orwell, depending on what storefront. Did you finish it?
I haven't finished it. I'm about halfway through. I literally started it yesterday and didn't want to stop.
Yeah, it's very much me, where it's like, I finished a chapter, I need to log out, I have to stop, I can't keep going, it's 11 o'clock at night.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So we're last week for Orwell, Keeping an Eye on You, and then in our next episode, we'll roll the dice and see what we get up next.
What games on our Game Club list is Boston interested in? Because I need to check this randomizer thing.
Wait a minute. I promise. Random.org/lists. I promise. We rogue like it. We're starting a brand new game right now. If you want to join in Moon's suffering and play Risk of Rain with us.
Yes, this week I was particularly salty.
Yeah. You want to hear Moon genuinely mad? Become a patron this Wednesday. You'll be able to hear him
He's so mad. He's sitting up straight in his chair right now.
That's right. Very, very mad. Or you can go back and play Void Bastards, because Void Bastards is really good. And then find out where we rank it. Probably this week. Yeah. And I think that's it. So we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Opening the window. Sorry, everyone. It's just too hot. You probably hear birds.
More than likely.
The aviary outside. All right. What's that cat's name, Nimp?
This is Vivian.
Cute. All cats are great cats.
Especially this one. No problems. I actually rescued her years ago.
Yeah.
She was a barn cat. She was like covered in fleas and stuff.
Oh.
So,
calicos
but now she's
are great.
better.
2 thumbs up for calicos.
Yeah.
All right, Nimp, why don't you hit me with your titles?
All right, I have Squad of Sherpas.
Unfortunately vetoed because we've had like a lot of Sherpa titles lately.
F and G. Mackie got it in the neck. My Nanny build. Salt in your mouth. Cute as pie. Real easy cheese. All you get is a mask shard. Stupid roly-polies. Funny story. I need more. That fight is not nice. There's a lot of grubs. I did hit wall. Whoops, we made it too big. Everything is missed. Dumb enemies and red barrels.
That's the good stuff.
I got rockets, let's go. And slider for thickest black lines.
Let me write one down. And Moon, how about you?
Really good or really dumb.
That's the shit.
A literal poop show. Nanny build. Dad joke mode. Are they Magi? Real subtweet going in here. You're not gonna pay? Question mark. For when he was awakened. Sorry. For when he was awakened.
That's right.
Everything is missed. Oh woof. Which is my oh woof.
Oh woof.
And the Wilderness Man.
I have Nanny build, which is probably a better title this week. Sacrifice yourself for the win. Real easy cheese. Stupid roly-polies. I got rockets, let's go. And real subtweet. I think Nanny build is my favorite from this week.
Yeah, that or subtweet, because that's some shade getting thrown around.
That's a real life subtweet.
Yes.
Not like some of us. Yeah. I feel strongly about Nanny build. What do you guys think?
I'm fine with that.
Sounds good. Circling it. Let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm ready, and I just had to promise myself that I wouldn't sing.
Okay.
You'll know why as soon as you hear what I say.
Okay.
You're just old enough to, and just young enough to both be in the category for this one. So.
Okay. All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. This is TVGP episode 616 for August 12th, 2019. Nanny build.
I can be your hero, baby.
It's the Fran Dresser of the killing world.
Be your hero. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. And thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.